Shea Keethler and Anthony Ghobriel to get things started at the face-off circle. Maryland comes in as the #1 team, 6-0. It's an impressive resume already. Wins against Richmond, Syracuse, Princeton, and Notre Dame. Virginia, 3-3. They feel this is a litmus test game and a tipping point moment in the season. Terps control the opening draw, and they will go to work.
The pressure's off them. They're getting short sticks. Bryce Ford is feasting on shorties after being the big dog at Fairfield for the last 3 years.
Yeah, 100+ goals in his time with the Stags, who, by the way,
on the cusp of playing, not playing, playing, not playing. Maryland kind of shrunk their roster when they made that magical run to championship weekend. Stovall didn't get much playing time, but behind the scenes did great work.
Q, before the game, Lars Tiffany stressed to me.
Kelly down in Atlanta, he told me we're egoless, we could care less who scores. And they really believe it by the way that they play.
And they're very positionless. As you see, they trap that Virginia midfield defender behind the goal where he's not comfortable.
If you're Lars Tiffany, Kark, do you think about an early timeout?
Yes, yes, because of not just this game, but the way that the seasons go. It's more than just the 3-0 start. It's that you're limping into this game, and everyone believes Maryland, we're talking about them being the machine, and Virginia, this could be the game that turns the season around. Just psychologically, something doesn't feel right with Virginia right now.
But I don't think that something's going to come from a huddle and talking about it. I think it's going to come from something that happens on the field.
Angle.
John Tillman said the challenge early was to get the new guys to mix in. And they figured out what rotations have the most chemistry. You mentioned it doesn't matter who scores as we get a flag. They've remained efficient and
stars can take away a little bit of an offensive flow, and they take the air out of the ball. This team does not care who's doing the scoring, and it's proof when you watch them play.
Answer.
That one's unsavable. Like to me, how do you save that shot?
The only way you save that is step towards it and take it off the far head. But in doing so, you open yourself up to a lot of other shots.
Face-off won by Keethler. He was the understudy to Luke Weir.
Yeah, their relationship's outstanding.
And McNaney's relationship with Tillman. They're both Corning, New York natives.
He is part of a very proud goalie lineage at Maryland. Last week, he moved into second place on the school's all-time saves list, passing the great Brian Doherty. You played against him.
Doc was a handful, and he let you know it, too. I mean, he talked more. It was the engine that drove them the next year for an undefeated season.
This is a leather helmet, back rack raisin 1920s series. These two teams, forever.
After a 5-0 start, has gone more than 15 minutes since its last goal. Very few shot attempts in this second quarter. Ghobriel wins the face-off. Virginia looking to pull to within a goal.
You feel it. They're playing with the
ball over as much as they used to, right? They've had 3 games with over 22 turnovers. To 4 minutes and change left in this second quarter, they've only had 1 turnover.
Maryland had 6 turnovers, only 3 shots. Where they have gone close to 22 minutes without a goal. Chismar over to Sunderland. Virginia
baby was left-handed, and that finally breaks the ice for Maryland after what, 26 minutes?
26:02 officially, and now for Maryland, half their goals, Kark, have come from their third midfield. Now they turn it over.
Maryland's attack has been virtually
the stop.
Should I stay or should I go now? You can't go halfway.
No.
It's what he did. You either stay or you go out 100% and you try to crush that ball carrier.
What impressed me about Ford, though, in that play was the quick instincts to understand, okay, the goalie's out to go. That's a great point, and 5-on-5 is the best time to go to the rack because your defense is out of their typical base package where they're 6-on-6 and their slide rotations are off.
Face-offs have been even up until now. Maryland with the slight edge.
Maryland's got code names for just about every scenario on
the expectations here are really, really high because they get top recruiting classes every single year. They're in the top 5, so they restock the cupboard, but it's all about pieces of the puzzle, and this team hasn't figured out.
Now the face-off won by Maryland. Creter, Urksa, And that was one of the few times today Maryland hunted early offense.
They haven't scored there.
So where are they vulnerable? From the outside. You give time and room to Spanos, he'll make you pay.
A face-off won by Maryland. Make it, take it, turn and rake it. Shea Keethler, second career goal. And like that, momentum is swung.
They've got the 1-2 punch with Keethler and Creter. Creter is what John Tillman calls the young thoroughbred. The upside, the sophomore, one of the top face-off specialists in the country a couple years ago, and he loves his ball skills. And when you're a face-off guy and you can create offense from the win, you can take your game to another level.
Sophomore from New Jersey, had 50 points as a senior in high school, running a normal midfield shift while also being a Fogo. And Maryland brings 2 to the table this year, plus they got 2 more on the bench. But with violations, you always got to have that second guy ready.
It's a great point. When you violate now, you can't take the next face-off. But the ball skills of Creter, too. That's Luke Weirman had it. Luke Weirman had it. He was a full-fledged midfielder.
Look at every pro we cover in the PLL.
And Metz jumped, so that means he can't. Virginia's only chance now. They got to win face-off, score quickly, and that felt like check, please. They have to win 3 games in conference play just to get in.
And the reality, too, Anish, is the ACC doesn't have the automatic bid because there's only 5 teams, but only 4 teams advance to the ACC tournament. It's tough sailing. They've ran out of chips in non-conference play. That's off the table right now. Like you said, they're going to have to figure a way to win 3 games.
An impressive set.